You must have been this is copying the whole code for me. Ah, no. This is what I need. Okay, now tell me now. Someone should tell me, right? What is the essence of POM? An interview question. Very easy one. Why do you always have POM that implement in your project? Your automation project. Hmm? I'm listening. I'm listening. Anyone? You can go ahead. If you have raised your hand, you can go ahead and talk.
Okay, from my own understanding, I think it acts as a project objective model.
Okay. And what does that mean?
Okay, is it the project objective model?
Mm.
It's talking about the configuration file used by Mavens to manage the project structures, dependencies, and the life cycles and plugins.
Okay. Now, yes, you are correct. Now, beyond managing your dependencies, beyond Maven's POM, managing what? Your dependencies, it helps to do what? To manage your project. Manages your page object element, right? And helps defines your what? Your dependencies, make them accessible. Mm, okay. Mm, sorry for the disturbance. It make them accessible to you to be used in the project. Okay. So that is what your pom.xml. So when you have everything defined there, it makes it easy to make use of them thereafter. Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to add our dependencies. And how do we do that? Because this is a Maven project. When we're creating this project earlier, you discover that we created it from a Maven. If you did not pay attention to it, when you are doing it on your own, you will see what I'm talking about. You create it directly from what? From Maven. This is it. Very simple. I'm not creating another one. I just want to show us. So when you say new project like that, you see this is highlighted. All of these are different options that you can choose. The build system is what is Maven. The language is what is Java. And then you have a project name. So now POM.xml come directly from what? From Maven. And when you are adding your dependencies, you go to the central Maven repository to do what? To add your dependencies. There is no add and fast route to this. We have MVN repository. And here, the first thing you need is your Selenium Java. I think it's even highlighted for me here. So we have the Selenium Java. You can you can see it's from the central repository of what? Of Maven. And you can pick the latest if you like. And you can pick the most well used that is also latest, right? So I can pick, for me, the first two is almost the same thing, so I'll pick the latest here. And then I will add it. So you see there's Maven, there's Gradle, there's SBT, there's a lot of all of this stuff. So it is Maven we are focusing on. Okay, so you can add your dependency. So we have dependency. Okay, so in your dependency, I have this here, and by the time you refresh your Maven, which you can also access from here, it is going to reload this page for you, and then your Maven will be what? Accessible by the time this turns to a normal color. Okay, good. What is the only other thing we need apart from Maven? If you check the PowerPoint I presented earlier, ah, We have the Java, it's not this one. We have the Selenium Java, we have the Appium, and we have the TestNG, I think. We're going to be using all of these three. By the way, we are not building framework in this class, like I said. All we're just doing is to write test and execute it. So we have your Java, your TestNG, and your Appium. Okay. Now, your Appium is the next thing. How do you add your Appium? Your Appium still the same Maven, right? You type your Appium to the okay. Mm, let's check this. Appium. Why is this system hanging? I have a lot of things opened. The system is basically hanging right now. Okay. 22, 27, and 22. Sorry, my system is hanging. Okay. So I would Appium Java client. Um, I'm going to copy it directly from here and put it here. Uh, 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 uh. Yes, I have to close a number of things. Since I'm not using this emulator yet, I'm going to close it. It's even hanging right now. Oh, so I had two things opened. I didn't know I had this one open. Okay. Okay, so I have this first dependency and the second dependency. Where is the error coming from? Where is the error coming from? Let's see where the error is coming from. Element dependency can have character children because the typos content is element only. Dependencies. What did you want to have? If you're not having dependencies. Okay, I think it's because this system is hanging. It's really behaving badly. Okay. Okay. So I have dependency Appium and dependency which one now? What I rest left. Position 2. Oh, project. What happened to this one? There's nothing wrong with this one. Don't need to follow any dependency. Okay. I'm not sure what happened just now. There was an error somewhere. So I tried to undo, but it's like I've deleted the project as I can't find it. So let me see if I can start up again. I don't know what happened just now. My system has been hanging. Let's close before I start. Let's close all these things that we have here to prevent all this hanging.
Maybe
Yeah?
maybe it might be inside the recent projects.
The what?
Maybe it might be inside recent projects. The one you said you did that you can't find.
Okay, recent. Yeah, I think I checked recent. It's not there. What did we call it again? We'll call it ANST training or something. Uh, we called it, so if it is not here, then it's not there. I think the undo also deleted it. I did undo, and that's what we have. So I'm going to quickly do maybe in Java ANST. This was what we called it earlier. I think training. Directly is not empty. Oh, it's okay. Let's check. Hmm. You are disturbing me, boy. Water. I'm sorry, guys. Give me 2 minutes, please. Let me give me 2 minutes. And we don't have much time left. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm back. I said let's check the directory again. We called it ANST. This is it here. So we'll just go directly and open it. Oh, it's even open. It is still open. The only thing is that we don't have our POM. Did I delete the POM? Um, document ANST open. Yeah, we have it open. Okay, we don't have our POM. Okay, let's see if we can create the POM.
Okay.
Mm,
Bye-bye.
mm.
G. Bye.
Okay, so we have our POM. Usually it should be by default, but because let me just copy an Appium XML here.
Do you?
Okay, so okay, so we have
Before.
hmm,
And big people. Big people. Big people. I can see you. Big people. What?
okay, load Maven project. Now I don't know. Okay, you know what I quickly did because we don't have time. I had to because when I undo the error the other time, somehow my POM got deleted. I don't know what I actually pressed. So now I created manually the POM.xml and went just to copy out the dependency. We know the other time we already added the Java client and this one, but we didn't add test engine. So quickly, let me show you if you are doing the test engine also. Of course, this is the Java client we copied the other time, 9.4.0. So you can do the test engine also from the same um and so you have this, yeah, test engine. Not repository now. Sorry. So we have 7.11.0. Let me see if that is the version. 7.11.0. We can just change it to the updated one. 11.0. And this one is 9.4.0, which is correct. Selenium Java. Let's also check the version for Selenium Java since I copied it. Let's see what version. Um, 0. 4.3, 1.0. Can also do this one. Okay, now we have a complete pom.xml. Now you know the next thing is so I'm just going to create something first. I'm not really we are not really setting up a framework. We rename it to we renamed it to the name of the project, right? I think com.android or something. Com.android. This is the package name. Page object classes. That's fine. I don't know what package is doing there. I'm going to delete it. Good. Now I'm going to create a base test and call it I'll call it base test. It's in the application to launch my my that what is happening to this one? This one does not have a package name, right? Oh, yeah, I wanted it to be outside again. Let's create it within base. Okay. Let's just put it in. I want it to have the package name. Now, what we will do is now we will import all of these of the libraries for our dependencies. We have the Appium driver. This thing's already suggesting that to me. I think based. Now, this is the import to me based on the POM, what I have in my POM. Okay, so we know we have three dependencies in the POM, the Java client, the TestNG, and the Selenium. What? New caps.
Change.
Now, yeah, one type of suggestion. So look at your vector. We have the setup and then the desired capabilities, and then we now start doing what? We now start calling methods from the desired capabilities. The first method is what? Set capability. Okay. Dot set capability equals to the platform name Android. Let's just verify if this is correct. The automation name is what? UI automation. So platform name is 11.0. Device name is what? Android emulator. No, we are using, what are we using here? We are using device name is Samsung SM this, right? That's what we are using. Okay. And then what is the package name? The package name is com.example.android.tracker. How do you know that? That was what I was trying to copy out the other time. It's somewhere here if you inspect. If you inspect, let's go to source. If you inspect, you will see your com.example.android.tracker. That is what your app package name. So this is correct. And what other thing information do we need? I don't need this app activity. Do we have it here? Nope. So we have the directory for this app. Okay. UID. We have the UID. Do we have the UID? No, we don't have the UID, so we add that one too. Sorry. This should be caps. Okay, so we have Appium app directory, the app package, the device name, the platform name, the automation name. Platform version, platform name. Okay, you can ask your question, Deborah. Then,
Good morning.
okay.
Can you hear me? Sorry for the noise, my
Okay.
background noise. So I
Okay.
just want to get quickly. Ever since the time you've been trying to create the com and also for the Android driver. I didn't see anything iOS driver or probably iPad. I'm only seeing
Yeah,
Android.
because we're only focusing on Android in this class. We are not focusing
Oh,
on iOS.
okay,
I
okay.
mentioned it
So
at the beginning of the class that our focus is only on Android.
sorry, I joined at the middle of the class. So
Yes, it's a
that's
different setup for iOS, which we don't have that time in this class.
okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so I don't know. I will use another method here. So we can have our URL. Mm, uh, mm, 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 mm. Okay, URL remote URL. Let's use this one here. URL remote URL equals to. Then I can separate it and say, but are we sure that we have all the desired capabilities before we move to this? I think we have everything. Okay. So we have URL remote URL. What's our remote URL? It is this one. We have tested it earlier and our server is running on that. As far as I know. Okay. So we have this, and then we have something like this. Driver equals to new Android driver remote URL, comma, caps. So what you are trying to say is that you are trying to use the Android driver to do what? To launch this capability in this URL. Okay? No, this is all for launch. Now, after launching, what do you think happens next? You write your test, right? So I'm supposed to separate that, but I'm not separating it right now. So I'm going to say add test. Add test. Okay, I can't see a test. Let's see. Add before. Okay, maybe because we have not imported test.ng. Cancel. We have test.ng. Why is it test.ng dot? Maybe this will do. Import org.test.ng. I'm having errors. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
I think this should be accessible within this method. And I think at override find by label name. My test.ng is yet. I cannot access it yet. Yet. Okay. Okay. Let's just say at before. Import Appium driver. Yeah, Appium driver is already imported. Import. Okay. I will leave it at that. But before I leave it at that, let's see. This is simple Okay, this is using a JUnit. Okay, so this is not going to fly because we are using a test engine, not a JUnit. Okay, so I'm going to just check. I have a reference here. Oh God, I have a lot of distractions here. Okay, so I'm going to check one of this here and see what happened. Okay, so this is exactly what I need. Not a JUnit. Okay, so sorry, we are almost rounding up.
Oh, the baby ball.
Okay, so I have org.testng.annotation.test. Why are we having errors? Add Maven dependencies, added. Okay. Remote local update. Okay, let's do our test ng addition again. I think it's not saying it in the POM. Test ng. I will use this other one. Test ng. Test. Test ng test. Then we will refresh our Maven and rebuild the project. Test ng. Okay. Okay. So okay, test does not exist. Package the annotation does not exist. Okay, let's leave out the test part and continue with that later. I don't want us to delay. This is 10:01. So let's just launch this and see what happens. Okay. Right. Hmm. Just test. Okay. Open, override. Um. mm, mm. Okay. Let's just launch this and see what happens. Let's check. And base tests. Setup. What is the error? Okay. Is this still available? Let's check. Start session. If this is still available, then the code is wrong. Okay. Okay, this is no longer available. An unknown server-side error occur while processing the command. Let's check our server again. Maybe we should restart this server. I'll just close this and open a different instance of this terminal. Apium. Okay, so this is starting again. Let's see if we can. Is it fully started now? So we can do this correct and start the session. Okay. Should launch now. Is it launching? Okay. Timed out after this. Okay. This is what we will do. So this one is just updating Maven. Really. Maybe that was why it didn't execute the other time, but that's not the point. The point is let's check which one should we check now? I tried closing this earlier. Here's my Android Studio. Let's check these devices. So these devices are still connected. I am going to remove the virtual one so that I have only the emulator connected. So let's see why this one is not closing yet. Why is it not closing?
Oh.
Device manager. This one is connected. This one is up. I want it not delete. Just close. Wait. Okay, I think it's gone now. Is it? It's like it's hanging forever. Yeah. Oh, okay, it's hanging forever. But one of the devices that is still available is this one. Let's see which device is available now. That's the problem when you run more than one. Emulator 5554 is still available. Yeah, this one, yes, still seeing this emulator. How do I close it? It is currently hanging. Okay, let me see. Let me see. What will I call it now? Stop process. Stop process. Oh, forgotten the name they call this. In Windows, it's called what now? When you want to end a thread, a process, an application that is running forcefully. Forgotten that on Mac.
On Windows, we go to the task manager. From the task
Yes,
manager,
Tax Manager, right?
yes.
There is one for Mac. I can't remember that. Can't remember that. Windows has been. I've been recently using Windows, and Mac is like forgotten. Oh God, how do I close this? This is annoying. Okay. Okay, I know what to do. I'm going to restart the Android Studio. Going to close the studio. Quit. Exit. Okay. Does that mean that this one will close or not close? Let's close this one, sir. Everything that is not useful. Wait. No, cancel. Quit. Options. Okay, you know what? Since this emulator wants us to use it by force, I will disconnect the normal device. We just have to use one. Um, I will disconnect the USB device. ADB devices. I can also not running. Okay, running. I will just remove this one. Yeah. Now we have just emulator device. Good. Now that we have emulator device, where is our APM inspector? Our APM inspector. Our APM inspector. We are 10 minutes late. So I think I have some capabilities here for, yes, I think this is one, yeah. This is I'm not sure. Okay. It's the same Android version. Android emulator, blah 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 blah. Let's see if this will work. 4723. Since that one has decided this performance must be okay, this one. This one that but this is 11. Okay, so let's see if this will launch on the emulator. We've not done launching an emulator at all before. Okay, so we just let's consider that we are doing this now on emulator. Okay, so we have a launch on emulator. That means that it changes our session information. Our session information now is going to look something like this. So I'm going to copy basically, up to this part. Okay. Oh, not this page. I think ANST training is what we are doing. PM training first test. PM ANST. Okay, so this is it here. I am going to do something like this. I'm going to replace this by the one I created. So we have the device name as Android emulator, right? And then we have the app and the package. Okay, the UID, the app, the package, the platform name. Platform name is it twice? Okay, platform version. APM name device name. Yeah, we have basically everything right now. Okay. So So I'm trying to launch now. Okay, we're having the same issue. 32. Android driver is not seen yet. And 37. Private Android driver. Do you want me to copy it here? Let's look at this again. 33. Da. Driver question, new driver. Oops.
Don't repeat.
Android driver.
What is this?
Mm.
Yellow pika. That's a giant pig.
Okay. Okay, so we are still having the same issue. Driver equals to new this. Base test. Android tracker. What is at least 0? Invalid address of remote server. Invalid address of remote server. Uh, okay. What is our remote server address again? But that is the remote server. This is the remote server, yeah? Okay. Okay, let's see what could be wrong. There's something I had here earlier. Remote server. Okay. Okay. I have to remote server. It's the same remote server, right? Okay. This is what I will do. I'm going to copy all of this here. I'm going to copy all of this here and launch this. Let me even launch it from here. Let's see if this one executes. I'm not sure if this is even working. I think the last time it was failing. Let's see. Um, okay, it's launching, apparently. Okay, so this code here is correct. Let's see what might be wrong with our code. Yeah, the driver should be within this method. That's the first thing. And our method has to be, okay, so the driver has to be within the main method. Okay, so let's see what went wrong with this one. What went wrong is that we don't have our driver within the um within the yeah. So no, I don't want to do it that way. Let's do it that way because our time is gone. So you create your main method. I'm just going to copy it. So I have the main method here, and I will remove the test part because we have not written any test. Okay. So the first thing, let's remove this. The driver should be okay. This is clean now. So I will do this Android driver. This the remote driver equals to this. Then I'll remove this because we don't have any test yet. Oh, sorry. Okay. Driver equals to okay. But I was expecting this to at least launch. If it's even launching, how do we know? Okay. We'll see it. Of course, it's launching. Okay. So this is the launching part that is showing the launch. This is the launching part. So this code launches the application with this server host, right? It launches now. I think where we got it wrong was defining it in a different method apart from the main method. I wanted to also define it in the main method separately by writing a method and then calling it in the main method, if you notice what I did earlier. But the driver was not the driver object was not being called, and so we were having error. The same thing that happens when you are dealing with your web driver. It's just the same principle. The Android driver also behaves that way. Okay, so we have this launch. Let's see if we can write a test. The test we say I'm not sure if my this thing if the test engine part is still we added test engine here, didn't we? Yeah, we added test engine and it worked. So I'm not sure why the test engine here is still like this. Let's just see. Maybe it is the way we wrote it earlier. We can find out. So we have the base test having the main method. Okay, test engine is no longer here. Import. Import. Okay. Test engine. I'll just leave it out. Then import it after using it. Okay, so let's see what exactly is happening to, because I noticed that my build is still trying to update something here. What exactly it is doing is what Operating Central Repo Apache Maven 2 indices. So, well, that could be what is affecting our test engine right now. So this is what I will do here. Because I have a duplicate framework here, I'm going to execute it directly from this duplicate. So we have not talked about inspect. Let's do it next week. I don't want to rush it over. We talked about it a little, but we have not said much about it. So if you are inspecting, for example, you want to inspect this add button, you click here and then you click here. And then when you click that, make sure you're on source anyway. Inspect and inspect, then it's going to highlight it for you. Inspect and inspect. So this is it. So you have it highlighted. Am I sure? Yeah. Widget image button. Come to example.this by ID. There is the add. So you're going to take by ID add. That is all you need. Copied. So by ID add. By ID add is what? This is the ID add. Imagine what I copied just now. This is what I copied just now, just so you know. This is what I copied just now. So it's the same thing as what is here, right? Yeah. So driver.find element by ID. So you know you have your different selectors, ID, expert, and all. So the same thing goes here. So you can just use this direct thing and then say click. If this is the test you want to run, right? Then you can execute your test to just perform that one action. This one is failing. Slash add what exactly is happening to it. 0. Okay, test ng exception. Can I inject test annotation method? Please refer to what was happening to test ng today. Okay, so that is the end of our class for today. Next week, today we were not able to write our first test, so we were only able to launch through IntelliJ and through APM Inspector. So next week we will discuss on writing test, inspection, and what else? What else? Yeah, basically that's what is left. So yeah, guys, we'll call it a day because our time is fast spent. Meanwhile, I will look into what is happening to maybe repository indexes on this IDE. Yeah, thank you so much for staying till now. This is the end of today's class. We meet next week. Any other question?
Thank you.
All right, guys. We will meet next week. We'll talk more about test and inspection of your element on